At that time, I remember thinking, you know, I can't be mad at her because that is what the media portrays.
Wait, stop right there. The person closest to Jay-Z has turned against him. Not a former employee, not an industry rival, his mother-in-law. Music, Tina Knowles, Beyonce's own mother, and she didn't just whisper to someone at a dinner party. She liked to post about the allegations against him. She unfollowed him on Instagram, and when people saw it, when the screenshots started spreading, she claimed she was hacked. But here's the thing. The like stayed. The unfollow stayed. The only thing that changed was the story. So now we are in this strange place where the official family position is that everything is fine, and the private reality, according to a leak that has been making the rounds in entertainment circles for weeks, is that Tina has been telling a narrow circle she is actively trying to save her daughter, extract her before whatever comes next lands on all of them.
In a blistering statement, Jay-Z accuses Jane Doe's attorney of trying to blackmail him. He said further, quote, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree?"
That leak is the key. Without music, the Instagram thing looks like a mistake, a weird thumb slip, maybe even a hack if you are generous. But with the leak, it looks like something else entirely. It looks like a crack, a visible documented crack in a performance of unity that the family is desperately trying to hold together. Because if Tina Knowles is privately telling people she views Jay-Z as a threat, not a victim, then her public "I was hacked" denial is not an explanation. Music, it is a cover-up, and the like and the unfollow are not accidents. They are the fingerprint left behind by someone who stopped pretending. Let me walk you through exactly what she did, because the sequence matters. Music, Tina Knowles liked an Instagram post detailing the accusations against Jay-Z. Then she unfollowed him. Music, time-stamped, visible, screenshotted by multiple people before she could react. When the screenshot started circulating, she posted a public statement. She said her account had been hacked. She wrote, Andy, quote, "No weapon formed against my family shall prosper." But she never deleted the like. She never refollowed him. So, let's just sit with that for a second. Either a hacker broke into her account, liked a post accusing her son-in-law of a serious crime, unfollowed him, and then left everything exactly as it was. Or Tina Knowles did it herself, got caught, and her public denial is a lie. Which one makes more sense given everything else we are about to talk about? Here is where it gets worse. The leak that has been circulating says Tina is not just privately critical. She is active. Music, the language that keeps coming.
But there are people who have been indicted in the public space, and it hasn't been true. And so I think Jay-Z's tone was exactly. But see, I saw Puffy say the same, and then a video came out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now look at what Jay-Z has been doing at the same time. He sat down with GQ, gave a big interview, talked about his uncontrollable anger, positioned himself as the wrong party, a man being shaken by a shakedown. He talked about protecting his children, about the cruelty of being accused of something he says he did not do. It was a performance of a man under siege, but standing firm. Except here is a problem. That interview was recorded before Tina's Instagram activity, before the like, before the unfollow, before the hack claim that nobody believes, which means a version of unity he was trying to sell was already out of date by the time it aired. The family narrative he was trying to control had already started fracturing, and the person who cracked it open was his own mother-in-law. So, what does Jay-Z do when his mother-in-law is publicly signaling that something is wrong? He announces a massive concert series, 2 nights at Yankee Stadium, 30 years of reasonable doubt, 25 years of the blueprint. The official explanation is nostalgia, a celebration of his catalog. But the timing is something else. The Epstein files dropped in January. His name appeared in an FBI intake report alongside Harvey Weinstein. A separate phone log showed Rihanna's name in Epstein's network. 2 months later, a shooter showed up at Rihanna's house with an AR-15. Music. The shooter was arrested charged with an attempt to cause serious harm. And here's the detail that makes people's eyes widen. That shooter had a prior legal filing against Live Nation, the same Live Nation that co-owns rock Music Nation, Jay-Z's label. So, We have government documents linking him to the Epstein network, a violent attack on a woman whose name appears in Epstein's phone logs, a shooter with a legal history tied to his music corporate partner. And right in the middle of all of it, he schedules the biggest shows of the year. Now, let's talk about those shows' music, because the numbers are genuinely strange. When tickets went on sale, the reported queue was over 800,000 people. By the end of the day, the number had climbed to 1.6 million.
All right, no, that was it. No, when I get nervous, I tell the truth.
But here's the thing. A diversion only works if the people closest to you play music along. And that brings us back to Beyonce. She has not spoken. Not about the lawsuit. Not about her mother's Instagram activity. Not about the Epstein music files. Not about Rihanna's house getting shot up. Nothing. Her silence is the only thing holding the public story together. If she spoke, if she even liked the post, the whole thing collapses. So, she stays quiet. She stays in frame. Music. She shows up when she is supposed to show up. But the July concerts are different. Those are not a family dinner or a paparazzi music shot outside a studio. Those are 2 nights at Yankee Stadium, the biggest stage she could possibly be seen on beside him. A fixed, unmissable event with cameras everywhere. Music. So, here's the pressure. If Beyonce misses those shows, the extraction has succeeded. The insider leak music is confirmed in real time in front of the whole world. If she appears, then every gesture, every glance, every second of body language becomes music, evidence. Does she look happy? Does she look trapped? Does she stand close to him? Or does she stand where the music cameras can separate them? Either outcome gives the story something to feed on. Either outcome turns the concerts into a test. Music, a loyalty test, a unity test, a test of whether the cover-up is still holding or whether cracks have finally spread music too far to hide. And this is what Tina Knowles has done to BY acting.
How excited is your husband about this baby?
You can only imagine and multiply that. It's like the time can't come fast enough.
I think you should enjoy this time while you can.
I'm trying my best, but I'm still anxious. I want to hold the baby.
Here is why this is so unstable. Music. The family cannot control both the public story and the private reality indefinitely. Tina's leak is already out. Her Instagram music activity is already documented. The Epstein files are not going away. The investigation into the Rihanna shooting is still open with no motive announced, and every music day it stays open. The possibility that it connects back to this world remains alive. So the extraction operation is active right now somewhere in a schedule nobody can see. In conversations that are not being recorded, Tina Knowles' music is doing what she said she would do, and Beyonce is the only one who can decide which story wins. The one where she stays, or the one where she finally walks. Let's go back to something that happened long before the Epstein music files. Before the shooting, before any of this became a public conversation. A man named Ryder Satwade has been saying for over a decade that Jay-Z music is his biological father. His mother, Wanda, claimed in a sworn affidavit before she passed music away that she had a relationship with Jay-Z in 1992 when she was 16. She said she became pregnant with Ree. Jay-Z's legal team fought paternity testing.
I don't have no felonies. I'm not crazy or none of that. It's like, I just want the truth, and it's so hard to get it from the courts. And it seems like Jay-Z don't want to say anything. So, I don't want to see him go down for something that, you could just got taken care of. That's it.
Now, add the lawsuit from December, Music 2024. Jay-Z gets added to a civil filing alongside Diddy. An accuser says something happened at an after-party following Music, the 2000 Video Music Awards. 2 months later, she drops him from the suit, cites inconsistencies in her memory. Jay-Z calls a shakedown. Music files a defamation case against her and her lawyers. And on the surface, that looks like a victory. A man clears his name. The legal music system does its thing. But here's what keeps bothering me. If her memory was so inconsistent that she had to drop him entirely, why did she name him in the first place? If it was a shakedown, Why did she walk away without a payout? A win in court does not always mean a win in real life. Sometimes it just means the fight moves somewhere else, and the people who know what happened go quiet because they music have to. That lawsuit was happening at the same time Diddy was making his way through the federal system. And if you want to understand the pressure building around all of this, you have to look at where Diddy is right now. Sentence music to 50 months in prison in October of.
And very, very honored that I got the response and the open heart, and people welcomed the album. The love I got from the country community tonight really made me feel so seen, and I'm very grateful.
Think about the convergence here. A paternity claim from 1992 that has never been resolved. A lawsuit dropped under circumstances that raise more questions than answers. A GQ interview where a man admits to having rules for the worst things he used to do, but never says what those worst things were. A former associate of Diddy's serving time, while his appeal works its way through the system. A shooter with a documented link to Jay-Z's corporate partner. A phone log placing Rihanna and Epstein's network. A fractured relationship between two of the biggest names in music. A mother-in-law who left her fingerprint on the evidence and is now privately trying to extract her daughter. And at the center of all of it, a woman who has not said a single word. All of this is still open. The LAPD has not announced a motive for the shooting. The DOJ has not.
Earlier, it feels different to be married. It really does. And it feels good, doesn't it?
Feels great.
And how long were you and Jay-Z together before you got married?
Oh gosh, listen to me. I'm about to start yapping.
Yeah.
We've been together a long time. It's been about 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
7 years. But it does feel different, doesn't it?
So, what happens when the lights go up at Yankee Stadium? Does she show up? Does she stand beside him? Does she let her absence do the talking? The cameras are going to be on her the whole time. Every gesture, every glance, every second of body language is going to be analyzed. And when it happens, when the footage hits everywhere at once, we will finally know which way this broke.